one of only 15 people in the world to have MDP Syndrome, an extremely rare metabolic disorder which prevents fatty tissue from being stored under the skin, Dylan Lombard isn't only known for his condition, he's known for his photography and his talent in capturing a moment, pausing time, and providing space to reflect.
Thank you so much, Dylan Lombard, for taking this time, sharing this space to have this conversation. Thank you so much.
It's really glad to be here, and I can't wait to start talking.
Well, let's just get right into it. Let's begin this way. There are only 15 people in the entire world who have MDP syndrome. You, Dylan, are one of those 15. So for those unfamiliar with the condition, can you just explain what it is and how it affects you?
So MDP is an extremely rare metabolic disorder that prevents fatty tissue from being stored underneath the skin. And like you said, it's an extremely rare condition affecting only 15 people in the world. And the effects can also include the loss of fat on the cheeks, arms and legs, and it can also affect the loss of hearing. So sometimes I may find it hard to hear people what they're saying. So I always ask people to repeat things. And I think another thing is that because of the loss of fat, it can be hard to do physical activities. So things like rugby and also walking for a long period of time can also be difficult due to the effects of the condition.
Okay. Well, thank you for bringing us up to speed there. I'd like to talk for a moment about a hobby. What started as a hobby actually became a passion of yours. Photography, some might say, has become your obsession. Because of your autism, you look at the world through a different lens. And through your camera, you're able to translate what it is that you see. When did you first recognize that photography was your outlet of choice when it comes to self-expression?
I think photography came to me because I think that I really wanted to find something that made me happy. I wanted to find something that I could be passionate about. And I think when I first discovered photography is because I found looking at magazines and newspapers at all the photographs that I was seeing. And also my grandpa used to take photos in New York. And he used to take lovely black and white photos, and it then gave me a thought that I could really begin something here and show people through a camera lens. I could show people how I see the world, and also I could show people that I have a passion and that I have something that I want to share with them.
So family history and then just personal passion. So your words, Dylan, are these: by taking a photograph, I can freeze time and give myself space to think and breathe. I love this quote of yours. Too often we are not present. We're invested in the future where, what, and who is next in our lives. My question for you is, why do you feel pausing for the present and giving the moment the space that it needs? Why is this important for us?
I feel that because sometimes the world can be quite overwhelming, and I think with everything going on, I think having that thing that you're passionate about, something that makes you happy, having that thing helps you to stay calm, and it can also really help you to help you push all the negative thoughts and feelings away, and it helps you to really stay focused on what you like to enjoy doing. And I think photography has really helped me not just show what makes me happy and what I'm passionate about, but it's also really helped me to stay calm and to stay positive. And I think it's also really helped me if I am having a bad day or if I am feeling lonely, is just to go outside, take my camera with me and explore the world.
I love that. I love that. And I love that to say it's not only just to show something to others, but for yourself, to bring calm to yourself and a moment to reflect and just to be. I think we all need that. We need to find it, whether it's photography or poetry. Speaking of poetry, in addition to photography, you like poetry. I do too. What you don't capture visually, you enjoy conveying verbally. So that said, a couple questions here. When did you start writing poetry? And also, do you have a favorite piece that you care to share? So let's start with when you started.
So I think this came to me because photography is showcasing something through like visually, like photographs. And I wanted to, because I believe that words are also really powerful. And I wanted to show people by writing like my feelings and emotions down. And I think that I really like to write how I'm feeling during that day. And what I then end up doing is just writing lots of words down and then trying to rhyme words together and then creating a poem that really expresses my feelings. And sometimes it may be sad because that's how I'm feeling, or sometimes it might be quite happy and joyful, and it really just depends on what I want to share with people. And also I believe that the words that I use are really trying to help people who are feeling down or having a difficult day.
How about, is there a favorite poem that anything on the top of your head you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, so there's this like little bit of the poem that it's basically trying to say to people that there is people out there who are different and who experience difference. So we are not all born the same. How boring the world would be. Being different is the best thing, makes us a lot more free. And I think those words, when you say that the world would be a boring place if we were all the same. And I think that telling people that being different can make you free, because having that difference makes you share a better story, and it also helps you to understand that we are all different, but we all have a story to tell.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I love how you reference it that way, just that it makes you free, because you don't have to be like anyone else. You give yourself permission almost to be exactly who you are. That's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. I guess I have one more question for you today, Dylan. So mild to severe disabilities are here, there, everywhere. For those who have a disability and feel they are on the outside looking in, standing there very alone, what advice can you share?
I think not everyone is like confident to speak out and to speak up. And I think sometimes it's hard because not everyone wants to share what their disability is. Some people like to keep it like a secret or to keep it private. But I feel that sharing, like if you do have a disability, is to share it, because I believe that if you do have a disability, that doesn't mean you can't do anything. And I think the way that I would put it is that I feel that I don't have a disability because I don't see it as a disability. I just see it as a different ability, because I believe that you might have a disability, but if you want to do things that you love to do and the things that you're passionate about is to keep going and enjoy the things that you love to do. I think sometimes it's really hard because you feel that your disability maybe affects you more. And I think I've noticed as I've got older is to not worry too much about my disability and to just forget that it's not there, because I believe that we are all in the world together and we all live everyday life.
I love that. I love that. Thank you so much for being the light that you are in this world, Dylan. All of your posts on social media, so many people following along and finding inspiration in even the most simple statements that you share, the smile that you bring, the words that you share. I just want to thank you so much for being exactly who you are. And I'd also like just to thank you for helping all of us become a bit more aware now. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.